Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by today's title, it's going to be a story time about when I had my wisdom teeth out under IV sedation. I wanted to do this video for so long. I don't know why it took me so long to actually sit down and film it, but anyway, because it means I've actually done it. Like, I've actually experienced it, I went through with it, and I survived, which is amazing. But when I say I survived, I'm a very dramatic person, okay? I promise you, like, it's not bad at all. My experience was completely positive, and so I don't want to scare anyone when I say I survived. But what I mean more by that is that I was so anxious on the day. So I've never been that scared in my life, and I have anxiety. So it was just something that, just knowing I actually survived that, I put my body through so much stress that day because I was so scared, but I made it through. Nothing like I expected. And it was actually so much better than I expected, actually. And I'm here to tell the tale today and tell you a story time about what happened that day. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video as well is because the weeks leading up to having my wisdom teeth out, I was obviously so nervous. Those of you who know me personally will know that I have a massive phobia for dentists. So even going for checkups freaks me out. One of the reasons why I'm doing this video as well is because videos like this really helped me when I was really scared about having my teeth out on sedation. I was determined. I said to myself, as soon as I have this done, I'm going to do a video recounting my experience. Other people can watch it and they hopefully can be reassured by me, because trust me, I'm just going to say this as it is. If I can do this, so can you. Trust me. Because I'm the biggest pussy when it comes to a dentist. And if even I can say that it was a complete breeze, you're gonna be fine, trust me. Back to the actual story time. What happened was, I also went to a checkup, and I think one thing I hate about checkups is I always get scared that they're gonna tell me I have to have something done. And obviously this particular day, the dentist says to me, of course I was crying, because I always used to cry every single time I saw him. He said to me, he was like, I'm really sorry, but you have to have your wisdom teeth out. And I was like, what? Bless him, he was like, it will be an easy procedure. You can either have them out on sedation, or you can have them out here in the clinic, whatever it's called. And I was like, I'll have done on sedation. But then I started thinking, I don't want to be sedated. I'm scared. Because I have had operation before. I've been put to sleep before for operation, but I was about 6, maybe younger than that, so I don't remember it at all. And the thought of being put to sleep without me being in control of being put to sleep terrifies me. Also as well, obviously it was COVID, so I had to go in by myself. So obviously I was terrified about that too. My original appointment was on St. Patrick's Day, the 17th of March 2021. My memory is shockingly bad, but I still remember all of these dates because it's ingrained in my memory now. And of course, like, I was so nervous. I was watching videos about having your teeth out leading up to it. I was trying hypnosis tapes. So I was trying all this different stuff I could think of. There's also a really great website, by the way, I want to quickly point out as well, which is a great help for me. It's called Dental Fear Central. It's based like a massive forum you can go on. There's actually a specific forum as well talking about wisdom teeth success stories, which I've completely forgotten to post in. And I probably should do that too. It has been a year, Becky. What the hell are you doing? Yeah, I read through a lot of those, which helped reassure me as well. They have like all this like information about sedation and other things that dentists will use. Also a forum called Ask the Dentist, and you can ask a qualified trained dentist about certain things as well. And of course those dentists also do go on a normal forums to talk to you and help try and reassure you as well. So it's just a really lovely website. So if you're scared of dentists like me, I cannot recommend Dental Fear Central enough. I was not paid to say this, by the way. It just really helped me during my experience. I'll put the link down below in the description so you can check it out if you'd like to. And anyway, 17th of March started to approach, and I was like, everyone's talking about St. Patrick's Day, how excited they were for St. Patrick's Day. I remember thinking, I can't go out and drink because I'm going to be sedated and have my teeth out. I don't really want St. Patrick's Day to come for that reason, like, no offence. I think it was like the day before, like the 16th, 15th, 16th kind of thing. I got a letter through the post from the dental place I was going, and I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And it was literally a letter saying, really sorry, but because of COVID or something, we have to reschedule your appointment until 30th of June. So I had to wait another 3 months to have it done. I was feeling so rubbish because I was being so anxious, my body had been under so much stress because knowing it was coming. and then they cancelled or they rescheduled it for 3 months' time, so I had more time to worry about it, and I was like, what is the point? And I was absolutely devastated. So then June comes along, and then the day finally comes along. I don't remember a lot of the day, to be honest with you, because I was so scared. I'm going to post a video. No one has ever seen this video, by the way, only me, obviously, because I filmed it. It's really embarrassing. I'm not going to have any audio on it or anything. I'm just going to show you what it was. But it's literally me crying my eyes out, which I know sounds a bit weird, me putting that on YouTube, but it's because the reason I'm doing it is because I want to reassure people that was a state I was in before I left, and it went so well. Like, I'm really happy with how well it went, actually, and I was just overthinking it massively, and that's probably what a lot of you watching are doing right now, massively overthinking the procedure, really scared. But I want to show you exactly how scared I really was by showing you a video clip. But it's literally just me in the mirror crying, begging myself to go through it. Please don't let me down, please don't let me down, please go through this. And of course, luckily I did, but I was very close to not, because I was so scared, but I didn't actually obviously go through with it. Anyway, so we left. The place we actually had to go to was about an hour's drive as well, which was even worse. I don't remember much of the journey though, because I put my body under so much stress that I dissociated. I just don't remember the journey at all. Like, I just suddenly just stopped crying and just stared into space, and the hour went so quick. And suddenly we were there, so I started crying again. I realised where we were, and it suddenly sunk in and hit me where we actually were, and came back to reality. Obviously, because it was COVID, I thought I had to go in on my own, and I just thought, I started to accept it. I was like, okay, I'm going to go in by myself, and I actually started getting glad my mum couldn't come with me in the end, because I was like, what if I say something we're not under sedation and she doesn't know about, or something like that, and it'd be really embarrassing, or I say something really mean. That was my biggest fear as well. Not that I'm a mean person, but like, I always worried I'm going to say something mean by accident while on station or something. I was like, oh my God, what if I do? But yeah, anyway, I was just literally such a mess. I walked in, I couldn't stop crying. I'd stopped crying for like a couple of minutes, and I suddenly cry again because I knew what was about to happen. Literally, like, all the staff are so lovely as well. It was really embarrassing when they asked me how old I was. I won't mention how I am in the video right now, but I'm not exactly young anymore. And I was sitting there sobbing. I said my age, and they were like, oh, okay. That made me cry even more, so it was so embarrassing. Obviously, I don't know what experience you would have in where you're going, but I'm sure they're all very understanding, they're all very lovely, because one other thing you have to remember is sedation is specifically for, I'm guessing anyway, nervous patients, so they know how to deal with you, and they were absolutely fantastic with me, to be honest with you, as well. But basically what happened was, I was filling out the forms, still crying. I literally cried the entire time. I have no idea how I wasn't so dehydrated. The woman that was doing it was so lovely. She was trying to reassure me, telling me like how it's lovely, it's just like going to sleep, etc. I mean, don't get me wrong, I watched all these videos about it and everyone's saying how good it is, but when I was in the moment, and when you're in the moment, like, you forget about all of that, especially if you're really scared. So this is why I'm trying to like be as real as I can and say at that time I'd forgotten everything I'd researched, everything that people had told me, everything that I'd watched, because I was so scared in that moment that I just thought, what if I get a bad experience? What if this happens? What if this happens? And it's kind of like, it's okay to be scared in that moment. Like, it's perfectly valid. Like, I was terrified and I'd done so much research beforehand, especially if you've got like an appointment coming up very soon. So you probably may not believe me right now, because you're in that stage where you're like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Nothing's going in, nothing's calming down, nothing's reassuring me, and that's okay. Like, your feelings are very valid, and I had the exact same thing, so do not worry. But I promise you, it is a breeze. And I'm saying this as someone who's a complete utter pussy. But anyway, luckily, COVID was kind of slowing down at that point. Like, lockdown was starting to lift. Obviously, back in March, it hadn't been. Lockdown still had restrictions. So in a way, it actually worked out better, because I had a couple more months for restrictions to start lifting more, which meant that they actually said to me, because you're so distressed, we'll let your mum come in with you, which was literally absolutely amazing, because, like, yes, I admit I was a baby. I had to have my mum come in with me. But it did help reassure me quite a lot. But as soon as I got in the room, I cried again. And the dentist was lovely. I don't know if he was the anaesthetist or the dentist, I can't remember which, but anyway. He said to me, what what are you so scared of? And I was like, I don't want to be sedated. And he was like, what? So he had a little chat with me, which was really nice to help calm me down a little bit. One thing I like when I'm really scared about something is when someone chats to me about it and like talks to me what they can be doing first, and like explains to me like in the best way they can how it's going to feel or whatever, or like why it's needed kind of thing, and that it's not going to be that bad, that kind of thing. He was like, right, we're going to give it a go. And I was like, okay. And I started crying again when he put the thing in back of my hand, because just to make you aware as well, I don't know if there's another way of them doing this, but they do put a needle in the back of your hand, but it's not painful. You don't notice it for long, I promise. But again, if you're scared of needles, your feeling's perfectly valid. It's very, very small, sharp pain, like a second, and then you don't feel it anymore. I can't even explain, like, it's, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, it's a slightly scary feeling in the sense of you don't remember anything, but all I remember is he put the thing back in my hand and I started crying, and then I could feel like my breathing was kind of like starting to slow down a bit. And then I suddenly thought, oh my God, I'm going. And I was like, getting really scared because I'm going, he's injected me, I'm going. And then I remember my mum leaving the room. She said, as soon as she's sedated, you can leave the room. I remember something going into my mouth, and then that's it. I remember absolutely nothing after that. I vaguely remember going into the waiting room afterwards. I have a photo of me taking the waiting room actually, and I wrote something on the board and I posed with it. I can put that in the video as well if you like. But I was very high by that point. And then there's actually also a video, so I will not be showing, by the way, because literally no one has ever seen that video. No one ever will see that video. So I don't remember any of the journey there or back, because the journey there I was so stressed, I dissociated. And then the way back, obviously I was high as a kite, so I don't remember the way back either. I know that sounds really scary. That's what I really struggled with, the thought of knowing that I wasn't going to remember anything. Like, it does sound terrifying, and I felt the exact same way about it. Honestly, like, it was such a breeze. The staff are lovely. Obviously, I don't know what the staff would be like where you're going, but I can almost guarantee they'll be lovely as well, because they're trained to deal with this kind of thing. They're trained to deal with nervous people, but I can almost guarantee you'll have a great experience. Do not look up horror stories about it, because that's just going to scare you even more. Definitely check out things like Dental Fear Central and watch other videos like this. Of course, watch mine first. I'm joking. In the end, once they sedated me, I think the longest part was trying to calm me down, to be honest. I mean, I had quite a mild issue. Like, my back teeth could have came out very, very easy, very, very quickly. My recovery was very easy. I can't comment on any recovery, unfortunately, because I got very lucky with mine. My teeth were not impacted at all. I think the only reason I had my teeth out was because, it sounds really gross, I'm sorry, but I think my wisdom teeth were decaying, so I had to remove them for that reason. But I hope this video can help people at least a little bit, but I can almost guarantee you're gonna be absolutely fine. I promise you that. Like, it's not, a lot of it is your brain. My biggest issue as well with it was I overthought it so badly. Like, I really thought it was gonna be so awful, and it was literally nothing like I imagined. I probably would have it done again, to be honest with you. The only thing that's annoying is that my nearest NHS sedation clinic is like an hour's drive away. That's the end of the video. It's like I rambled a little bit there, but I tried to make it as entertaining as I could, as well as informative as I could, and also reassuring as I could. If this does help anyone, please do let me know. I'd love to hear about it. If I know my video could help someone too, my experience could help someone too, that'd be so amazing to hear. I do also happen to stream on Twitch, by the way. If you'd like to see more of my face, I'd like to catch you when I'm live. I intend to stream most days of the week, to be honest with you. Then please go to the link in the description down below. You can check out my Twitch channel, and if you do like look at my content, I'll be willing to wait for my next video, whenever the hell that's going to be. I'm still trying to upload more, I promise. Then please do press the bell button, also the subscribe button, to notify whenever I next upload. I want to quickly point out as well, I've recently closed my Patreon account because I just wasn't uploading enough on YouTube to make it viable, and I felt bad charging people when I wasn't actually making any content. So I just want to quickly say a quick thank you to everyone who has ever pledged to me on Patreon over the last few years. Been doing YouTube as well. I do really appreciate it, but I just want to make you aware that that is now closed. But yeah, that's it. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, weekend/year, never I end up uploading this. And hopefully we'll see you all very, very soon in the next video. Bye.